It's been a really long time since I've interacted at all with you, so I'm doing a Q&A. Let's start. Have you tried the Peavey Decade Josh Homme, mates? We'd love to see a video about that. I haven't tried that one yet, but I talked to Peavey a little while back, so I knew it was coming. It looks great. I'm really surprised that Josh Homme is doing a signature product at all. It looks like both the amp and Peavey overall did really well at NAMM, and I'm very glad about that. I haven't seen any good videos on the Peavey Decade Too quite yet. There might be some on YouTube, but I haven't seen them. But yeah, most of all, I'm super stoked to get to try one. I'm not sure when it will arrive here, but it will eventually. I'm excited to see how it sounds compared to the original. I'm excited to see the external cabinet that you can get with it, where you can tilt up the cabinet. Or is it just a speaker? Not sure. Either way, that's a great launch. I did not expect at all. I think we've only seen a Maton Guitar signature product from Josh Homme. He's not the typical signature gear guy at all, since he kind of tends to keep things hidden. Great move from Peavey there. Best new products at NAMM. I didn't go this year, unfortunately, but I've seen some YouTube videos and a lot of stuff on Instagram. Looked like a really good NAMM. Looks like NAMM is sort of back again after COVID, and that's a really good thing. I would say that my favorites are the Peavey stuff, the Peavey pedals, and the Peavey Decade Too, and maybe the Marshall stuff. That really looks interesting as well. I would love to try the Marshall stuff, because I've never really I understand Marshall, of course. I understand the appeal, but I haven't really gotten Marshall stuff to work for me. So it would be interesting to see if these new things could work for me. I bet they could. Yeah. What do you think about the new Jack White guitar and amp? I really like the guitar. I don't think I would like to have one myself. It's often like that with signature guitars, especially when they are as signature as this one, because you can really tell that it's something different, and it's, for me, very easily connected to Jack White and his specific style and what he likes. But it's a really cool guitar, and the amp looks fantastic. I would really like to try the new Jack White amp. You don't often see like amp manufacturers pushing things forward like this, so yeah. I haven't seen the new Red Show video, but I saw that in my YouTube feed the other day, and it looks like he's super into it. And yeah, I think I would be into it as well. So yeah, thumbs up on both the guitar and the amp. I would love to own the amp. The guitar, I think, is super cool, but yeah, I think that's for Jack White mostly. Why the name change on your YouTube channel? I've been getting this question quite a lot, and I understand why. I originally thought that I wouldn't announce or talk about that. I just wanted a smooth transition into using my own name instead of living room gear demos. So here's the explanation. It's sort of like when you have a band and you're 13 and you come up with kind of a silly band name, and against all odds, your band becomes like a decent touring band that releases music, and you're stuck with this stupid band name that you came up when you were 13. Like, I wasn't 13 when I came up with the name for this channel, but it's over 10 years ago, and I did in fact shoot some videos in my living room, but I don't think I did that many, maybe like 3 or 4. And that is it. Then I moved into my bedroom, and then I've been in a studio for many years. So it doesn't feel right. I did do a name change some years ago, where I just changed it to Living Room GD, because I I built this channel on doing gear demos, but I feel that the channel is way more than just that. I've done like how to sound like videos and exploring themes and like different topics about guitar for many years. So I think like demos is a bit limiting. I'm not doing just demos. But then that name, Living Room GD, what is that really? I don't think that's necessarily good branding. And then I talked to this YouTuber, Matti Hapoja, that I follow, and he did this name change quite a few years ago. And he was sort of in the same position as me because he has like a kind of weird Scandinavian name. And I did feel a bit like insecure about changing it to my name because it sounds not as catchy as Pete Thorne or Rachel or Rick Beato. But Maddie said, just go for it. People don't care if you have a cool name or not. And I think he's right. And I think it's the right decision. But I have seen my latest videos. I think they've been suffering a bit. And I understand that it might be confusing for my viewers. They know me as Living Room Gear Demos or GD. Because I think my last two videos, they should be doing quite good on this channel, and they are underperforming quite a bit. So I think it's a bit confusing for you, and I understand why. Yeah, I think I was hoping for a bit more of a smooth transition, but it's going okay-ish. Yeah. Favorite fuzz right now? Probably this one, the Hudson Electronics Broadcast AP2 Ariel Posen pedal. It's is it really a fuzz? It can be a preamp overdrive fuzz when you push it. It's fuzzy when you push it. So yeah, this one, it's amazing. And always a favorite, the Fjord Fuzz Fenris. That's my all-time favorite fuzz. Any tips on recording octave fuzz? I love the sound, but it sounds too harsh when mic'd up. Yeah, I usually dial back the tone on that fuzz pedal or my amp, and if that is not enough, I usually move the mic more to the side of the speaker cone. Sometimes you have to move pretty far away to remove the harshness. You are able to get good sounds with an octave fuzz, but you can't really use it the same way as you would do with any other fuzz or an overdrive pedal. You sort of need kind of a different setup. But try with the tone on the pedal and the amp first before you start to move the mic. You write great riffs and mini songs. Thank you. Would it make sense for you to expand them and record? Yeah, and I didn't include the whole question here, but I guess it's record a full album. I've been asked that a lot, and thank you, of course, for liking the stuff that I make. Yeah, I would love to make an album, but there are some things between me and that happening. One of them being time and money. I spend an awful lot of time on being a YouTuber and filming and do everything that I do and like being a dad. So having the time and the money, because really making an album, that is not an area, at least for me, where I will earn any money at all. So it's just me prioritizing earning enough money to live and eat. So there's that. And also, I'm not completely sure how I would approach it, like practically, because when I do the riffs and the mini songs, I'm able to do that with the drum loops and programming drums, and I'm basically in control of everything. I think for me to be able to write a good album like what I have in my head, I would need to include some more people, and I'm not sure who that should be, especially someone that can sing. Like, I'm really picky about that. I wish that I could sing everything myself, because then I could just get a drummer basically, and I know who that could be, and I could make my dream album. But I don't want to make an instrumental album. I really want to make it with vocals. So yeah, not sure what I should do there. I should start working on it. I promise you, I hereby promise you that I will release an album at some point. Okay? Yes. Yeah, and by the way, if you like my riffs and my mini songs, I've made a riff course that you can find down in the comments. That's a great way to support me and my channel, so I can hopefully have enough money to record a full album full of my own riffs sometime. Yeah. Which is your favorite guitar that you own and why? That is the Fano PX6. Yeah, I think I did a whole video about that, explaining why. It's just the best guitar that I've ever played. So luckily I own it. So yeah. What inspired you to start playing the guitar? That was definitely AC/DC and Angus Young. Yeah, me and my friends, we were listening to AC/DC all the time. And like our creative outlet around that was listening to AC/DC, and we were drawing like Angus Young and Malcolm Young and the AC/DC logo. I was really good at that at some point, and then we just figured that we wanted to start a band. And then we talked about, yeah, you should play the drums and you should play the guitar. And I think it was kind of random that I ended up with the guitar role, but I was definitely a huge fan of Angus Young, so maybe that was part of getting me into that role as the guitar player. Keep watching my channel, even though I changed my name. The content is the same. Like, I'm constantly trying to find new stuff to make YouTube videos about. That's just the way YouTube works. You constantly need to reinvent yourself, kind of. So yeah, my content is the same, but also ever evolving. But I'm not changing anything because of the name change. That's just a like minor thing in the whole perspective. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.